Hey, this is your friend Ruben Carrillo, and something that's been coming up lately is an issue of focus. And I want to see if I can help you out with that a little bit today. And I'm in this gorgeous garden at my parents' house, and they work really, really hard on this. So just kind of a little view of that right there. It's really, really neat. They put some work into it. But in this garden, something that they had was they knew had an idea of what they wanted it to look like. And over time, that idea and that vision of what they wanted it to look like evolved. But it's really been amazing to see it come together, right? But something that's interesting, right, is that some people somehow think of fitness or fat loss or just the achievement of any goal really as different than how they would build a garden. But I'm going to show you how it's the same. Now, sometimes when people come in and they come to us and they're like, Ruben, I don't want my arms to be jiggly anymore. Ruben, when I jump up, parts of me still wobble when I stop jumping. And I don't want that anymore. I don't want this gut anymore. I'm tired of being fat. I don't want to do this. I don't want to feel like this. I don't want to feel like this. I'm tired all the time. I don't want to feel that way anymore. My husband doesn't look at me. I don't want to feel that way anymore. And understand, it's very important to know what we don't want, right? But then I ask the question, and not a lot of people can answer this question. I ask, what do you want? I told you, I don't want to be fat. No. You told me what you don't want. I said, what do you want? I don't want to be overweight. and people are not clear on that. And it's almost like this beautiful garden that's behind me here, right? Understand, if a person just has a garden and they kind of relate it to their goal and they just stare at this bush and they're like, man, this bush is so ugly. I hate how this bush looks. It just makes everything look terrible. See all these weeds? Oh my God, it's gonna be so hard to cut up like all these weeds, and I don't like the decorations. It's dirty, it's messy, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? And then we ask the question, okay, what do you want your garden to look like? Oh, you know what? I never thought about what I want my garden to actually look like. I just know I don't want it to be ugly anymore. You're not really going to have a nice garden. And so what I would suggest is ask yourself that question. What do I want my garden to look like? Oh, I want the flower pots to go over there. I want this nice little, bench thing right here. I want these bushes in the back and these trees and all these succulents and stuff like that. It's gorgeous, right? That's what I want to do. I want to build up this garden. Now the flowers are going to go here. The vegetables, if that's what I want to have in my garden, that's going to go here, right? And we can do the same thing with our fitness goals. Instead of saying, I don't want to be fat or I don't want to have this gut, is I want to be at this weight. I want to be able to do this. I want to fit in this size jeans or this size dress. Or the guys, I want to do a Spartan race with my shirt off and have a six-pack. And I want to have the energy to keep up with my kids. In fact, I want to have the energy to tire out my kids. That is something very different than I just don't want to be fat. And I say that because I get it a lot. And during the holidays, it shows up even more because people, they tend to kind of go along with whatever their family does. And here's the thing. It's okay for people to have different goals than you. It's okay for them to have different intentions, but understand if your intention is to drop weight, and if it's not, that's fine. But if your intention is to drop weight, then make that your intention, because if you don't, the average person gains between Halloween and New Year's about 10 to 20 pounds, or the average American at least. And if we go with the flow and we just kind of go with whatever our friends and family are doing, that's the statistical flow. And so if that's not what you want, then you might want to create a flow for yourself. So something that I would suggest is set a goal for November. It can be very ambitious, like 10 to 15 pounds. That's what the people on our 14-day challenge are doing. Some people, they want to be a little more conservative, enjoy their time a little bit, maybe about 3 to 4 pounds. Both are great intentions, and it just depends on where your focus is. If you want to spend more time with your family, more time with, taking care of things during the holidays, yeah, make fitness your secondary focus, but just have a conservative goal. But if you're like, you know what, I want to do something before Thanksgiving, I want to do something epic for our Thanksgiving or Christmas pictures, yeah, then obviously have something more ambitious. And that's as simple as that. And then after that, learn the skills and develop the strategy to go ahead and achieve it. But no matter what, make sure that you have an intention behind it on what you actually want, not what you don't want. And so that's come up a couple times recently. And so I wanted to see if I can help you out with that, guys. If you found that useful, awesome. I'm very happy. If you do need help, let me know. One of my big things, guys, is I do believe that it's never a matter of ability, but it's always a matter of motivation. And so in terms of a person succeeding. And so if you have that intention, guys, there's really nothing that can stop you. So that's pretty much it, guys. Again, I'm Ruben Carrillo, and I'm here to invite you on that exciting adventure where you can own your own strength and that awesome power you have to make a difference in your life and all of ours. And if you do your part, I do mine. We can do more awesome together. See you soon.